not, you know, not expecting a change for your day. But please treat the managers with respect. And if there's something you want to discuss with them on the side, try to do closed door or whatever so you can discuss it. Yelling at them in front of everybody is just not good. And that goes in the reverse as well. It has to go both ways, so I understand that. Non-public drivers, on early dismissal days, for you are typically not early dismissal days for the county. So basically, be prepared that we may ask you to do something those days. If you have specific plans on days that you have early dismissal in your non-publics, please let us know ahead of time, especially with spring coming up. We always, pre-spring, we always talk about, please make your appointments in between your routes. We need everybody we can get, because with 4 team trip schools and everything out and field trips that are going on, it's a busy season. It's our busiest season. We need everybody, all hands on deck. So again, we understand if you plan around, we respect you planning around your route. So if you have an early dismissal and you plan something, just let us know in advance, because again, we may be asking you to help us out with something that day if we need it. Repair orders, Cam's gonna go over repair orders, just making sure you're writing things up, and don't go into detail about that. Give yourself extra time in general. So coming in the morning, last minute, being late, everyone's getting paid for a 15-minute pre-trip in the morning, so we expect you to be at the bus 15 minutes before, not in the office 15 minutes before, 10 minutes before, 5 minutes before. We're gonna be tracking that too, and we'll start deducting the pre-trip time if you're not getting here in time to do the pre-trip. If your route time has changed, let us know. We can change it on the sheet, so that you're getting, that way when your check-in time comes up, we're not wondering why it's, you know, you're getting here, you think it's 15 minutes late, but you're starting about 15 minutes later. So just please make sure, and they'll go into more detail about why it's important for the buses to have them warming up. Time and mileage reports. Everyone signed in. Should have seen over there the time and mileage reports. So that's coming up. The day that they want those completed is March 14th, 15th, or 16th. So that's next. Oh, we're holding the questions till the end. March 14th, 15th, 16th, and do whichever is your longest day. So if you have activity, do an activity. If you have midday, then do it on your activity, a day that you have activity and midday. And then we need those back to us that Friday, the 17th, March 17th. We need them all back by then, so that we can review them, because there's a lot of routes that are being manipulated that we have to create route sheets for, so we're gonna need all that information. And then the last thing I'm gonna go over is marijuana. So the new law starts January 1st. July 1st. It'll be legal in Maryland without a medical card and everything. So you might be able to get a medical card now. You might not. You might want to after July 1st, but you can't. We still fall under DOT, which is federal. So until it's federally legalized and they come up with a system that can test for, I guess, inebriation, we still cannot partake. If you get popped on random and you've had it and it pops up, you will lose your ability to be certified, and you will likely lose your ability to be a CDL driver anywhere, because we have to report it on a national database, and that will be it. You will no longer be able to hold a CDL job. And it's typically, unless you go through, there's a certain program you could possibly go through, that will not work probably for certification. Could work for CDL future, but you also have to find a contractor that's willing to put you through that probably isn't school bus related. So just be aware. We know it's out there. There's a lot of confusion on the topic, so we just wanted to make sure it was laid out. There's a little paper on the board that has kind of a DOT explanation of things, so if you want to read that, it's there. But I just wanted to pass that along.
We're just going to be high on.
Right. Yeah. So
Good morning.
Oh, hold on. You know what? I messed up. So since Skip couldn't be here, he just had surgery on his other eye yesterday. He did have something he wanted to say. So this is a quote from Skip that he wanted me to say. Thank you for all that you do, and especially to the new teammates that have been added this school year. Never lose the fact that our main goal is to reduce and or eliminate risk to children. We are not their parent and we are not their teacher, and although it's difficult at times, that's not our jobs. We are the transportation between those two. Our responsibility to them is to have a safe, warm, and clean bus. We do that by being here on time and to clean the bus not just once a day, but post-trip AM as well as PM. If there's anything I can do to make your job better, please let me know. Follow the rules, respect each other on the road as well as in the yard. Have a great day. That's what's good.
All right, I just want hit a couple topics that Mike discussed. One of them is as far as keeping routes updated. The problem with that is if you don't keep the times and the routes updated, what happens is when somebody else gets on there and the time, and you're running the times maybe 5 minutes sooner or 5 minutes later, they're going to be missing kids. So, you know, we need to keep everything updated so that when, like I said, when the sub drivers get out there, that they can just follow the route sheet from time to time and they don't have to guess when they're supposed to be there. So, and as far as with the buses, fueling process, you need to fuel them every other day. I know I've hammered this every meeting, but we've had times where drivers go on for days without fueling, and then it takes longer for them to fuel, which holds up the line of everybody else fueling. If you fuel every other day like you're supposed to, you're only at the fuel dock for about a minute. That's the way the pumps work. So it makes it easier for everybody to fuel that needs to fuel on that day. You're only taking on 15, 20 gallons, that's fine. But the other purpose of that is that we've had problems with the pumps. If they go down, or if we run out of fuel or something, we know that everybody has plenty of fuel because you fuel on a regular basis like you're supposed to. And then as far as with the cleanliness of the buses, I know everybody has a house. You all clean your houses. You have a purpose of cleaning the house to keep the germs down, to keep healthy. Consider the bus a house on wheels. Keep it clean. It helps the kids stay healthy. It's going to help you all stay healthy. And plus, it reflects on the company as a whole. If they get on the bus and see a dirty bus, they're going to wonder what kind of company we are. So, we got to keep it respectable, looking good for everybody. And as far as Mike's hit some points about unexpected trips that throughout your day, you got to remember that the public that we serve, they're our customers. Without our customers, y'all wouldn't be having a job. Because we wouldn't be able to pay you to do your job without them. So, be mindful on if we have something pops up and we need you to cover it, that's a customer. We're serving the customer.
I'm going to elaborate on one thing with the fuel. We have to order fuel, and it takes a day, sometimes 2 days to get the delivery. If you guys are fueling and emptying your bus out, putting 100 gallons in it, that throws our schedule off of the orders. So there's a purpose to the every other day. We get an average of what we're using each day, so we can get an order in and get it on time so we don't run out. So That's the purpose of that, there's a reason.
Okay, it's my turn. Hi, good morning, everybody. So I wanted to introduce a couple of our new hires, not that they have to stand up and say hello, but I wanted to point them out, so if they have a problem and I'm not around, you guys help them, like Katora, so.
What,
No, she's behind you. So she's one of our new aides, Catherine Knight is one of our new aides, Miss Valerie is one of our new aides, and then we have Josh Turner over there, who's our newest bus driver. So if anybody's having problems and you can assist him, if he doesn't know what to do with fuel, help him out. All right, so time off requests. I'm getting a lot of people that are texting me rather than filling out the form. That's not gonna work. You need to fill out the form, and I need the form a week before you want off. So what's happening is everybody's putting in these forms the day before, 2 days before, at like today, and there's 9 or 10 people off. We can't cover 9 or 10 people. So if I tell you that maybe we might have to change your appointment if you didn't give me a week's notice, or if I already have 10 people off on that day, come to me, talk to me, or I'm gonna call you and say, hey, look, this is a problem. So it's gonna be based on, what you guys do. Try to make your appointments in between your runs. Sometimes you make appointments 6 months in advance, and if that's true, come tell me 6 months in